Hello, friends. Welcome to your show, Kuch Kariye. As you know, in this show, we discuss about motivational and inspirational stories, and we always invite various personalities across the globe who have experience, who share their experiences of life in different fields. So we have in our show today Mr. Rudolf from Austria, and welcome, Mr. Rudolf, to our show.
Thank you, Amit. Thanks for inviting me to join your show. I'm Rudolf from Austria. When I'm traveling in Asian countries, I call myself Mukti because people understand Mukti easier than Rudolf.
Yeah.
And I'm a 60-year-old guy, and I celebrated my 60th birthday this year in Myanmar, Burma. And I was one of the lucky ones who made holidays in this year because due to COVID-19, traveling was very difficult or almost impossible.
Yeah. So we wish
Yeah, and
you
I
a
met.
belated happy birthday.
Sorry, what about the birthday?
I'm saying I wish you belated happy birthday.
Oh, thanks a lot. 60 is some kind of magic number. 60, then you get start feeling old, but age is not everything. I mean, age, you say young by heart and so on. And age is, for me, I think quite positive because you have some experience and you can share it with other people, and you're more relaxed and you're not
Mm-hmm.
so eager to, I
Yeah.
don't know, to be active all the way, all the
Yeah.
time.
So before we start asking questions to Mr. Mukti, uh, I want to share a story with you how I met with Mr. Rudolph. In 2010, in India, every year there is a Kumbh Mela in four places of India after 12 years. So in 2010, we both met in Haridwar, Kumbh Mela. So since then, we are friends, and I have started this program for sharing inspirational and motivational stories with my friends. So I thought I should invite Mr. Rudolph also because he has traveled extensively across the globe. And when you travel, as there is a famous saying, when you are not traveling, you are reading a page. When you are traveling across the world, you are reading a book. So I think he has read many books till date. So, Mr. Rudolph, tell something about yourself to our viewers, your place, and which countries you have visited till date.
Well, I'm living in a small village in Upper Austria. It's Austria, not Australia, because many times
People are
when
confused.
people ask, sorry?
Many times people are confused with Austria with Australia.
Yes, and to tell you one funny story. I was traveling overland 12 years ago or 13 years ago with my Volkswagen van
Mm-hmm.
called Ganesha, named after your Hindu god, Ganesha. And I was traveling to India overland.
Okay.
And many times in India, people ask me, "Hey, where do you come from?" Austria. Ah, Australia, Australia. Sydney, Melbourne, which place? And sometimes you get a little bit disturbed when people always ask you, "Hello, my friend, where are you from?" And many times they ask me, "Where do you come from?" And I said, "I'm coming from Pakistan."
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what people said? I hate Pakistanis. And many times they just went away. And I was telling the truth because I was coming from the Pakistani side to
Yeah.
India.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was my experience. And so far I've traveled almost 80 countries.
Oh, great.
And nowadays traveling is not so important anymore for me because there's outer traveling and there's inner traveling.
Mm-hmm.
It means you can travel to many places.
Yeah.
And we had last year we had this kind of over tourism already.
Mm-hmm.
So it means there's many places where there's just too many foreigners, not many foreigners, too many tourists.
Mm-hmm.
had this in Austria in some small places. Yeah, and if it's a small place and there's too many people, the inhabitants, they get very upset because I mean they lose their privacy. Yeah? And
Mm-hmm.
business is not everything.
Yeah.
So now, according to COVID-19, I prefer to stay at home in my small village.
Mm-hmm.
I can go outside. I like it to be in the forest. We have many beautiful forests. It's very quiet there. There's big forests with rock formations,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great. And you can feel peace. It's quiet. Nobody's disturbing you. It's just this is for me like a kind of meditation. I can walk around for many hours, 5 6 hours, into
Mm-hmm.
the forest and take my camera, make photos, and share it on Facebook. And I have a website where people can see a lot of my photos, but especially from my traveling. Also from 2010, where I met Amit in Haridwar. He was asking me, "How many pixels do you have your camera?" Something like this. And we went to many babas, to these
Yeah.
yogis, and he translated for me. It was a great experience. We went to Chuna Akara. This is the place where these
Naga
naked
sadhus.
babas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and for me, it was a really, really great experience. One of the most incredible experiences I had when I was going to Haridwar in 2010 and in Allahabad.
Mm-hmm.
This was the biggest Kumbh Mela in 2013. I think about 80 million people were meeting there to take their bath in the Ganga. And yeah, big celebration. If you haven't seen it, yeah, you cannot imagine what's happening if there's 80 million people. This is 10 times the population of Austria, the country I'm living in.
Right. And your experience in other countries, like you have visited Pakistan, you have visited 80 countries, and share some little bit experiences about that countries. Like you have a memory of Kumbh Mela of India.
Well, I mean, I've been traveling at the first time to Holland. There was a jazz festival, so I was hitchhiking when I was 17 or 18 years, and then
Okay.
was visiting some European countries. And when I was 25, I finished some studies. I
Mm-hmm.
made a trip around the world. It took me
Okay.
15 months, and at that time, this was 1986 to 87. At that time, traveling was a real experience. Yeah. So the first station was India. We came to Delhi, and then we
Okay.
traveled up to Kashmir,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were coming down to Rajasthan, and then to southern India, and then I was traveling to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
and then to Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand,
Mm-hmm.
Tahiti, the United States. And it was really adventure because there was no internet, yeah? There was no mobile phone, yeah?
Yeah.
Cameras, no, it was analog. Yeah? So at that time, traveling was really, really different. You couldn't go to the ATM to get some money. You had to get some traveler check with you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can imagine that.
Yeah.
But it was kind, it was nice, and there was very few people on the way traveling because it was expensive. But nowadays it's very easy to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's too much. People should, if you want to search for really, for real, for okay, I want to tell you something about the countries. There's a big difference in European countries. There's West European countries and East European countries. In these countries, we couldn't move without visa 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're different from. They were less developed, but people quite more friendly than in the Western countries in Europe.
Okay.
And the other thing is, when I was traveling to India, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see these countries on the way to India. Like you've heard probably about the hippie trail in the 70s. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
People were traveling from England, for instance, from Germany, via Afghanistan and Pakistan to India to
Yeah.
spend their time in Goa on the beach or to go to Nepal, smoke ganja. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I was traveling overland, but I couldn't go to Afghanistan because it's just too
Mm-hmm.
dangerous. But I like the Muslim countries because in these Muslim countries, the hospitality is great.
Mm-hmm.
So many times you get invitations to have tea with them, to share food. They even invite you to stay overnight with them. They know you just one day and they invite you to your home, to their home. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But the first time when I came to Pakistan, I was really scared. I thought, oh, Pakistan, terrorists, Taliban, it's a dangerous
Mm-hmm.
country. And then I was surprised. People were quite friendly. But I had a bad experience when I was filling up my tank. Somebody stole my rucksack, my bag out of my car, and I lost my mobile phone, my car papers, and many other things, which was pretty bad. I didn't expect that because people were so friendly, and then I thought, okay, I'm safe, but Quetta in Balochistan is not really a safe place because it's just 50 kilometers away from the Afghani borders, and there's many Afghani refugees. And the funny thing in Afghanistan is, in Pakistan is that many times I got police escort. So when you're traveling, there's very few travelers with their own vehicles. Police is giving you an escort from district to district. You have to pay nothing. And the first time when I was coming to Pakistan, when I was 16, I learned the occupation of optician. So I decided to collect old glasses, good ones, and I gave these glasses to people, and I gave many glasses to policemen and other poor people, and it was quite funny. If you get something and if you can give something in return, it makes you feel good and make people happy.
Right.
It's a great experience to share something with people.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, Buddhist countries. Like this time I was in Myanmar. I like Buddhist countries a lot, because these people are really peaceful countries. People, they're very happy people in some way, and it's more relaxed in these countries than in the Muslim countries. This is my experience.
Okay. And what is your experience of life, and what is happiness according to you?
My experience life is some kind of, you have to be relaxed. There was a book I read about, I think it was from Osho, Stay Empty, Loose and Natural.
Stay empty, loose and natural. I've
been to India 6 times, and I've been to some ashrams. I have been to the ashram of Sai Baba, for instance. I've been to the ashram of Osho, not of Osho. Osho ashram as well in Pune, but he was dead already at that time. Amma ashram, and
in Chennai.
Amma ashram was in Amritapuri in Kerala.
In South India.
South India. She's the woman just hugging people.
Hugs everyone.
Yeah, I got a hug as well after waiting for a couple of hours. It was a great experience. But inner peace, if you're looking for happiness in outer life, it's okay. But inner peace you get when you're happy with yourself, when you're feeling peace, inside peace, and you can find peace like in India and the old teachings, meditations, yoga, for instance, is one way of finding peace. But if you hurry around like many travelers, I founded a group on Facebook, it's called Overland to Asia. There sometimes people are just racing to reach one goal. This is not traveling. Inner traveling and outer traveling means going slow, looking close at something, experiencing, getting contact with people. And people, that's the most important thing, to get connection with people, be connected with them, feeling not separated from them. And not the big problem in our world, I think, is in Western countries, people are always looking for materialism. It's many other countries, it's the same. But once you have reached a certain state of
your age,
I don't know, of wealth or age, you realize, is it really necessary to have more of this, more of that? And now in times we have these corona restrictions, it's COVID-19 restrictions, we realize health is probably the most important thing. Yes, it's very important. And we have a saying like, many people, they earn a lot of money, and once they have a lot of money, they spend it for getting back their health, which they have lost through too much work, burnout or whatever.
First they invest on their work, then they invest on their health, instead of first investing on health. The same is like, if we eat a right food, it will we are like a medicine, but we eat wrong food, then we invest money in medicine to correct that.
That's right. And many people in the Western countries, they eat fast food.
Mm-hmm.
And in India, I'm vegetarian. So I was vegetarian for many, many years. I'm 99% vegetarian now because I had an Indian guru for 7 years, Sri Chinmoy, and he was a disciple of Aurobindo. And uh, always when I'm in India, I like Indian food, especially Thali, for instance, because
Mm-hmm.
it's really nicely cooked food. And in Austria, I cook myself, and my girlfriend is cooking very nicely. So I try to really to get good food. But I was working for many years
Mm-hmm.
as a taxi driver,
Mm-hmm.
nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And at nighttime, I was just eating pizza in the night or something other food, which was not really healthy for me. So now I'm jobless because the restaurants, hotels are all closed nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I stay at home and I have time to enjoy my peaceful home here and to look at many photos. There's a lot of memories from my travelings, and I eat good food. And as you said, good food is medicine. But many people don't realize. They drink a lot of beer, they eat a lot of Coca-Cola, pizza, ready-made food, whatever. If you eat it sometimes, or if
Mm-hmm.
you eat meat sometimes, it's okay, but every day it's no good.
It will create a mess.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
what message you want to give to our viewers of like everybody has a struggle in the life, so especially to youth, because these days the people want to get each and everything in a very fast way because they are getting a 5G connection, 4G connection, so they want to get everything in the speed of with the speed of internet. So but when you do anything slowly, with the pace of the time or the pace of the universe, everything appears in front of you in your life slowly slowly. But these times, especially our youth wants to get each and everything very fast. And so what's your uh, message to youth?
Well, I mean, if you're on a spiritual path, like many Indians, like there's a saying in India, uh, everybody wants to be a guru, nobody wants to be a disciple, something like that.
Right, right.
And a real guru will tell you if you want to reach enlightenment or whatever you want to reach in your life,
Mm-hmm.
some spiritual goal,
Mm-hmm.
there is no abbreviation.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, everything takes its time. If you have an apple, it will grow slowly, slowly, and it will take spring, it will take summer, and in the autumn time, the apple will be ripe. If you pick it in the summertime, it will not be tasty. You maybe get troubles with the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So everything will take time, and the older you get, the more relaxed you will be.
Mm-hmm.
And you will lose fear because, I mean, uh, what can you lose? You can lose your life.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, everybody will lose its life.
Yeah. According to you, struggle makes a person or a breaks a person?
Sorry, repeat it.
A
Struggle
struggle
will
of
make
life makes a person or breaks a person?
breaks suffering or what?
No, no. What I want to ask means struggle makes anybody or it breaks anybody. It shatters anybody or it makes anybody.
Struggling.
Hmm.
The thing is, what are we struggling for? I mean, in Europe or in Austria, we're living in a country where we have a very good social system. So
Mm-hmm.
that means if our struggle is not really successful, if we um, are in a bad health condition or economically bad condition, the government will help us. We don't need to be afraid that we will
On the road.
sleep on the streets
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can be here more relaxed. But as if what I have experienced in India and Pakistan and many other places, if you're struggling and you get maybe 100, 200 rupees a day,
Mm-hmm.
how can you make your life? You're
Mm-hmm.
always struggling, and if you're struggling and if you are involved always in basic issues,
Mm-hmm.
then you have probably no idea to struggle for higher goals.
Mm-hmm.
because life is really, really hard. And like we, I think you as well, we are privileged. We have some kind of good education. We have some basic income or whatever. But for many people, life is really hard. And but we always have to think that there's hope and there's something like the universe will guide us. I mean, people say God or Allah or whatever. And I think there's a divine force which is directing us. And we have to believe that we are not separated from this source. And we will get support. And when I was traveling, I always had this kind of feeling, I think you call it confidence, self-confidence. Self-confidence and confidence that everything will turn to be good or whatever. There's a certain plan. And in India you have this, how shall I say, this concept of yugas, Kali Yuga and other yugas. So that means everything will change. There will be this time, and then it's like a wave. Everything is like a wave. It's going up and going down. And if there's a wave, we have to dive, and we will come up again. And hope and confidence, and we have to believe in ourselves. My guru always said, you can, how shall I say, deny everything or not believe in everything. I don't know what is belief, but the only thing is you have to believe in yourself. You can, that's it. You can doubt anything, but you should not doubt yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And if we believe in ourselves and we have people who support us, we can do many, many things. And the problem with young people in our Western countries is there is no good idols. Do you say idol? There's no good people. Like if young people, they say, oh, there's a good musician, there's a Bollywood movie star or whatever. They believe I want to be like this, but this is not possible. We have to look for older people. Like in some cultures, old people get a lot of respect from young people, and they can learn from them. And they can learn in an easy way. If more people are living together, they can learn from each other. But in Western countries, so many people are separated, and the young cannot learn from the elder ones. That's a big problem. In your country, I think it's probably easier.
As you told us that the happiness is like inside, it's not based on materialistic things, and struggles varies from person to person. And my opinion about is that the happiness is inside. We cannot find this happiness in the outside world, because everybody has a different journey of life. Everybody has a different path of life. So everybody travels according to that. Because you are born in Austria, I took birth in India, and how we met. So after 10 years, I thought I should connect to you, and I invite you to this motivational show. So everything is planned by the universe.
Yes.
So if we start feeling that we are the doers, then we feel stressed. Somebody else is doing everything for us. We are just actors. The director and producer is somebody else, which is known as God, the generator, operator, and the destroyer. Somebody calls God as Allah, Bhagwan, Jesus, so many names. But we should always feel gratitude and thankful to God, whatever we have, because we always get stressed about the things which we don't have. But we should be thankful for the things which we have. It doesn't matter, either you are a janitor or a CEO of a company. If you are fulfilling your duties in a right manner with full enthusiasm, then you will be happy. Because happiness is not a physical thing which you can buy from the market. Even the richest person of Jeff Bezos of Amazon cannot buy or cannot sell the happiness on Amazon, because we can list so many products and we can buy so many products from different countries according to our pocket. But happiness is something, it is a byproduct. It is because if you're doing something with your full enthusiasm, full energy, with full dedication, then the happiness comes, and it is a byproduct. Like if we want to earn a money, then we have to do some work. The money is a byproduct. So the same way, happiness is a byproduct, and we should be always grateful and thankful to the God, because in the COVID-19 situation has taught the whole world the less is more now. Because if you have less, it is everybody is feeling it a more, because everybody is just inside their homes, and everybody has a got a time for but we can say we can self introspect, because when everything is working according to the order before COVID-19, everybody was rushing here and there, was doing business, doing job, or whatever the activities they do in their life. But the COVID-19 has stopped everybody, and it has given us time for self introspection, because we always watch others, we always watch impurities of others, and this is the right time to watch our shortcomings, our impurities, how we are talking to each other, how we are behaving with others. If you are following any spiritual path, where you have reached till date, this should be the question. This should not be question how much we have earned, because we will keep earning till our death, or we will keep doing something till our death, whatever the time has fixed by the God. But it is the right time to self introspect and wash all the impurities of our soul, our body, and we should come into a proper routine, because everybody has a very fixed time, and in this fixed time we have to play our role in a better way. And when anybody talks about self confidence, the self confidence is not about you can speak English, you can speak any European language, you can speak any Indian language, or you can wear a very costly suit or costly clothes. So it is not like that. So whatever we have, we should be thankful for that. And we must, I was talking about the self confidence, because if we have a very good education, we can get self confidence? No. If we are wearing a very good clothes, we can get self confidence? No. The self confidence comes when we connect ourselves to a supreme, when we connect our soul to a supreme soul, and the energy comes in us, that gives us self confidence. Because we have seen in many countries in our history that very poor man reached up to the president post of any country. So that means the self, when we know why we are on this planet earth, why we have took birth, the God has given us some special purpose to us. And as your name suggests, you told me that you have a nickname of Mukti, right?
Yes, Mukti. These
So
things, I think it's coming from moksha. That means searching for liberation.
yeah, so Mukti is liberation, and how we will liberate? When we will connect to our origin, the God, the supreme soul, the superpower, when we will try to connect with Him, then we will be in the path of liberation, and that should be the topmost goal of anybody, any person in this planet. Earning, living, eating, sleeping, most of the tasks are also performed by dogs, cats, animals also. So we should behave different. We should not behave like an animal. We are a social animal. but we are not animal, we are a human being. So we must differentiate ourselves from others. And in this time of difficulty of covid-19, we must help others also in any manner, not with money. We can help other with education also. We can help with other with our good words also. We can help others with our smile also. There are so many things which have no cost. So thanks, Mr. Rudolf, for coming on our show and giving your valuable time.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. And I want to show you something about happiness, but in and outer happiness. I was very happy in the morning when I saw the local newspaper here.
Okay.
Every household gets this newspaper, and you can see here a photo of a man who
Who
is
is?
the boatman, fisherman
Yeah,
in
fisherman.
Myanmar and Burma.
Mm-hmm.
And this was published in the local newspaper, my photo. Yeah? And that makes you happy for a while, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
For maybe for 1 day or for 2 days or forever, and
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But as you said, true happiness is coming from inside. Yeah?
Yeah, it's a
When you're
temporary
connected with
happiness.
the
Mm-hmm.
source
Mm-hmm.
and you're helping other. I think in India you call it seva, or that means selfless service or whatever.
Yeah, right, right.
And we are supposed to develop our good qualities, and we should help other people, and that's the way we can like spiritual path is something like walking up a mountain. If we
Mm-hmm.
giving hands, if we're helping each other, it's much easier. Yeah? And that maybe that we have to learn, that we should work together, and then we can overcome this COVID-19
Yeah,
pandemic or whatever
yeah,
you call
right.
it.
So, friends, I hope this was an insightful interview with Mr. Rudolf from Austria. He has shared his experiences. We can learn many things from his experiences also. And we will keep inviting other personalities who can share their experiences with you. So, stay tuned. And till then, bye bye. Have a good day.